She was Hollywood's golden girl, the radiant star who made audiences laugh, cry, and believe in love again. Rachel McAdams wasn't just in romantic comedies, she defined them. From The Notebook to The Vow, she ruled the screen with warmth, charm, and emotional depth. But then, at the height of her fame, she vanished. No scandal. No warning. Just gone. What happened to the queen of rom-coms? And why did she walk away from a career most would kill for? The truth behind her disappearance reveals a quiet rebellion, one that changed everything. In the mid-2000s, Rachel McAdams was everywhere. After her breakout roles in Mean Girls and The Notebook, she skyrocketed to A-list status almost overnight. Her performances felt effortless, balancing intelligence, vulnerability, and humor in a way few others could. She became the face of the romantic comedy renaissance, starring in hits like Wedding Crashers, The Time Traveler's Wife, and The Vow. Studios saw her as box office gold, and fans adored her. But behind that rising star was a woman quietly questioning everything. What most people didn't know was that McAdams never set out to be famous. A theater-trained actress from Canada, she valued privacy, personal growth, and the kind of work that fed the soul, not the spotlight. As the scripts poured in and the expectations grew, so did her unease. The Hollywood machine was relentless, and Rachel began to feel like she was losing herself in the grind. Instead of chasing the fame others saw as her destiny, she chose something much more radical. She stepped away. At a time when she could have cashed in on sequels, franchise roles, and massive paychecks, McAdams disappeared from the public eye. She turned down major roles, including The Devil Wears Prada and Iron Man, and moved back to Canada, far from the flashing lights of LA. For years, the industry wondered where she'd gone. Rumors spread. Some said she was done with acting altogether. But the truth was simpler and far more powerful. Rachel McAdams was choosing herself. She needed space. Space to breathe. To rediscover what she loved about acting. To live a life that didn't revolve around press junkets and paparazzi. While her peers pushed forward at full speed, McAdams slowed down and quietly rebuilt her life on her own terms. It wasn't a breakdown. It was a breakthrough. When she returned to acting, she did it with intention. Her roles became more selective. Films like Spotlight, Disobedience, and Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret weren't designed to be box office smashes. They were thoughtful, meaningful, and emotionally rich. Through these performances, McAdams proved what many had long suspected. She wasn't just a rom-com darling. She was one of the most quietly powerful actresses of her generation. By 2025, Rachel McAdams isn't interested in reclaiming the Queen of Rom-Coms crown. She's a mother, a deeply private woman, and an artist who no longer plays by Hollywood's rules. She appears when she chooses, speaks when she has something to say, and disappears again when she needs to recharge. And in doing so, she's redefined what success looks like, not as constant visibility, but as quiet authenticity. Her vanishing act wasn't the end of a career, it was the beginning of a deeper, richer life. One where she controls the narrative, not the tabloids. One where her value isn't measured by screen time, but by personal fulfillment. Rachel McAdams may have disappeared from Hollywood, but she found herself in the process. And that kind of comeback is the most powerful one of all.